Everyone in the hall went silent. The billionaire CEO, standing in her designer heels with a sharp, cold look, pointed at the tired, greasy single dad in front of her luxury car and said, "If you can fix this engine in 1 hour, I'll marry you." People burst into laughter. Everyone thought she was joking. But no one knew that this moment would change both of their lives forever. The rain was pouring hard that night, over the small auto shop at the edge of the city. Inside, Ethan Miller, a 32-year-old single dad, worked under a flickering bulb. His hands were covered in grease. His 8-year-old daughter, Lily, sat on an old stool, doing her homework on a piece of cardboard. Ethan wasn't always like this. Once, he was an engineer at a top automobile company, smart, respected, full of passion. But after his wife died during childbirth, his entire world collapsed. He lost his job, his home, and his confidence. Now all he had was Lily. And a broken garage. Every day was a struggle. Every night he whispered to his daughter, "Daddy will build us a better life, princess. You'll see." Then everything changed. A convoy of shiny black Mercedes cars stopped outside the dusty garage. Out stepped Vanessa Steele, the billionaire CEO of Steele Motors, young, powerful, feared by many. She had recently announced a new electric engine design, but it failed during a major press demo. Angry and embarrassed, she wanted answers fast. One of her assistants, who knew Ethan's past, told her he was once one of the best engineers and mechanics. So she came, not to ask for help, but to mock him. Vanessa looked around the shabby workshop and smirked. So this is where the genius hides. Her team laughed behind her. Ethan wiped his hands and stepped forward calmly. "Ma'am, if you want real work done, I can help. If you want to make fun of me, I've heard worse." The room went quiet. Vanessa crossed her arms and said loudly, "You used to be one of us. Now you fix scooters for spare change." Her laughter cut him like a knife. Lily hid behind her father, scared. Ethan took a deep breath and was about to walk away when Vanessa leaned against her broken sports car and smirked. "Tell you what, mechanic, if you can fix this prototype engine right now in front of everyone, I'll marry you." Everyone burst out laughing. Someone even recorded it on their phone. But Ethan didn't laugh. He looked straight at her and said quietly, "Deal." Vanessa froze. "You're serious?" He nodded. "I don't need your hand. I just need your respect." Then he rolled up his sleeves and started working. For the next hour, the garage was silent except for the sound of tools and the rain outside. Vanessa watched, pretending she wasn't curious. Ethan's hands moved with confidence, every turn of the wrench filled with years of pain and strength. Lily helped him by passing tools, her small face proud. As time ran out, something inside Vanessa changed. For the first time in years, she felt humility. This man had lost everything, yet he still stood strong. Then suddenly, the engine roared to life. The sound echoed through the shop like thunder. Gasps filled the room. Vanessa's team looked shocked. She stepped forward, staring at the glowing dashboard. The engine that millions of dollars couldn't fix. Fixed by a single dad in a tiny garage. Ethan stood back, breathing hard. "There you go, ma'am. She's alive again." People slowly began to clap. Vanessa's eyes softened. Something rare for her. Softly she asked, "How did you know what was wrong?" Ethan smiled lightly. "Sometimes you just listen to what's broken. It tells you how to heal it." Those words hit her deeply. Behind her success, Vanessa was broken too, lonely, tired, empty. She saw something in Ethan she hadn't seen in years. Heart. A few days later, she returned, alone. No cameras, no staff. She asked Ethan to join Steele Motors again, not as an employee, but as a partner. Ethan looked at Lily. She nodded with her sweet smile. Years passed. Together, Ethan and Vanessa rebuilt more than engines. They rebuilt lives. Steel Motors became famous for helping single parents and giving people second chances. And one quiet evening, back in the same small garage where everything began, Vanessa looked at Ethan and said, "You know, I never meant that marriage comment seriously." Ethan chuckled. "I know," she took a breath, "but I mean it now, deal?" Ethan took her hand, the same hand that once pointed at him in mockery. "Deal." The old garage lights flickered again, but this time they shone on a family, not just a dream. Life tests us in strange ways, sometimes through pain, sometimes through humiliation. But remember, no matter how broken you feel, there's always a way to start again. Respect isn't bought with money. It is earned with kindness, patience, and love. And the people who once looked down on you may one day look up to you.